I saw that Allen Iverson recently complained on Instagram about being left off of Bleacher Report's top 50 players in NBA history list. I got one thing to say to AI. I feel you. Here are 5 reasons why AI is definitely, undoubtedly, indisputably a top 50 player of all time. Number 1, he is pound for pound the most prolific scorer in NBA history, bar none. At 6 feet tall, maybe. He averaged 26.7 points a game, not for a season, but for his career. That is 7th all time. The 6 players above him are all in the top 25 on your list, Bleacher Report. And then in the playoffs, he took it up a notch, averaged 29.7 points a game, not a small sample size. That's 71 playoff games, second only in points per game in the playoffs to Michael Jordan. By the way, he's the only player under 6 feet 4 inches tall, Iverson, in the top 20 scoring all-time points per game. He won 4 NBA scoring titles. Only players to win more, Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. Number 2, he was more than a scorer. I get it, AI was a volume shooter and a gunner, but there's a lot of people on your list like that. He also averaged 6.2 assists a game for his career. He is one of only 4 players in NBA history to average at least 25 points and 6 assists a game. The other 3, get ready for this, Oscar Robertson, LeBron James, and Jerry West. But AI can't make your list. And then he got steals. I know he wasn't a terrific defender, but he was ninth all time in steals per game at 2.2 a game. But again, he can't make your list. The third reason AI undoubtedly a top 50 player of all time. Even though he didn't win a championship, he led his teams to the playoffs 8 seasons. And in 2001, he led the Philadelphia 76ers, a bunch of role players outside of him, to the NBA Finals. And they were the only team that entire season to beat the Shaq Kobe Lakers in a playoff game. The only team, including Tim Duncan's Spurs, who got swept by those Lakers. And don't give me the no rings excuse, because 12 players on your list didn't win championships. Number 4, you cannot tell the story of basketball without talking about Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson obviously was a cultural icon, but no player in NBA history is more responsible for the connection between hip-hop and basketball, or hip-hop and the NBA, than Allen Iverson. He was the very embodiment of the hip-hop aesthetic, keeping it real. Even when keeping it real was admittedly negative. Allen Iverson was the first player to wear cornrows in an NBA game, and that became a fad for more than a decade in the league. Allen Iverson is responsible for, do you see all these players today carrying the ball, palming the basketball? That allows them to have these ridiculous handles. Allen Iverson's responsible for that because he was the first player in the NBA allowed to palm the basketball when he do his crossover move. And finally, number 5, the 5th reason Allen Iverson definitely a top 50 player of all time. I can name at least 7 players on your list, Bleacher Report, who should not be on there ahead of Allen Iverson, including Steve Nash. Yeah, I said it. And Manu Ginobili. Yeah, I said it again. But most notably, Dolph Schayes. With all due respect to the elder Dolph Schayes, who was a great player, he averaged 18 points a game and shot 38% from the floor despite being 6'8". And he's on your list instead of Allen Iverson?